I figured I might as well make an explanation for line as well, how this is working. So, my friends and I, we had a debate whether the end x and end y, because they said in the lab that this should be a hard coded value. So, what does it mean by that? Does it mean all the lines converge to a point? Or because this contradicts what they say in the next step, which is to have parallel lines as many as, or what was it, like the final digit of your student ID, something like that. That doesn't make sense because parallel lines never converge. But I figured out the end x and end y, these should be private. And by having those actually set to, where are we drawing our line? Um, Gosh. What we are doing is drawing a line from x to end x, y to end y. But how are we setting end x and end y? I thought that was in here, but because of object-oriented programming, nothing's actually done in here. This is actually done in program.cs. So we can see here, we are setting x to be the mouse's click position. So wherever the mouse's x position, and setting our y to the mouse's y position. Notice we've got a loop, and that's because this actually draws twice as per the requirement saying to draw however many lines as the last number in your student ID. So I have a for loop, and if I press L, we can see we get 2 lines because this loop will start at 1, it'll go to 2, and go to 3. That's it, just twice. The third isn't counted because it's less than 3, not less than or equal. So we'll only draw twice. So that's why we've got a minus 2 times I. So the first one will be 2 pixels south, and then the second one will be 4 pixels south. So that's why there's a gap here. The end x, this is the hard-coded value. I think this is what they're talking about. This is what's hard-coded. We want our line to be 100 width, and our ny to be the same. So the same, the same, downwards, the same y position as what we set above. So for here, it will be 2 pixels and then 4 pixels. So that's how that works. So inside of myLine, that's how that's working. Our splash kit is drawing using the local private nx and ny, but using the public x and y of the shape. Only underscore endx and ny are used in myLine, because rectangle, circle, they don't really care about the end x and ny. That doesn't really matter. Only the line cares about this, henceforth the single responsibility principle. Every shape has an x and y, that's fine, but only myLine has an end x and end y. So that's why these are the only private on this class, right? Because the x and y, these are on every shape, so they can be part of shape, henceforth these 2 properties. We've got another default constructor, and what this does is if we just create a new myLine, it will set our line to be in order. It will make it red. It'll start at 300, so somewhere in the middle. It'll start also at 300, so it'll be like in the top left corner, somewhere on a diagonal, and it will converge to the middle point. But because we have this massive constructor, and we have made some properties, so we have the start x, start y, by these 2 properties exposed in shape, and locally in this class we've got endx and ny exposed as properties. What we can do in program is set the x and y. So notice, because of single responsibility principle, the x is handled by the myLine, endx is handled by myLine, and x is handled by shape. These are all on the myLine, but myLine has both the x and y on the shape class. Only endx and ny exist on the myLine class. That's unique to that class. And then finally we can add it, and that's it. What I'm working on right now is reducing this code reuse down here, because with my loop here, what I had to do is I had to, because I've got another endx and ny here, that wouldn't exist if I was to just extract all of these three things and put them below here, because a non-line shape doesn't have access to endx. And additionally with that, inside of shape.cs we do have these as virtuals, because these are required in myLine but not required in any other child.